A man suddenly sensed something terrifying getting closer, so he dropped to the ground and played dead. A figure slowly uncloaked and turned off its invisibility, then began scanning the surrounding creatures, finding no living prey, but it followed the trail of blood on the ground and found the man. The man was so scared he barely dared to breathe. Luckily, the predator couldn't detect his body heat. Deciding there was no threat, the predator turned to leave, but accidentally stepped on the man hidden behind a tree. Naru was relieved she hadn't been spotted, but her dog suddenly ran over. The predator immediately aimed its weapon at the dog. Just as it was about to fire, Naru's brother rushed in, knocking the predator's mask to the ground with a club. The predator still pulled the trigger, but the shot missed the dog and slammed into a tree instead. It fired a second shot at Taabe, but that also hit the tree. After the third shot, the mask suddenly shut down its infrared targeting, and Naru saw everything. She realized the predator's weapon could only hit what the infrared locked onto. By then, the predator had picked up its mask. Taabe fired an arrow from a distance, but it was blocked by a shield. Naru rushed out and pulled the trigger at the predator, but since it was her first time using a pistol, no bullet came out. She let out a scream to draw its attention, giving Taabe a chance to leap forward with his spear. He pierced straight through the predator's shoulder. After landing, he fired another arrow, but that kind of injury meant nothing to the predator. As long as it wasn't a headshot, it didn't matter. Meanwhile, Naru was loading gunpowder into the pistol, and Taabe was locked in close combat with the predator. After Taabe struck it with a blade, the predator suddenly turned invisible. As they searched for it, Taabe sensed it right behind him and warned Naru to run. The predator appeared behind Taabe, driving its claws straight through his body. Just as it was about to attack Naru, Taabe, with his last breath, stabbed it with a skull. Enraged, the predator raised its spear and impaled Taabe completely. When it turned back, Naru was already gone. Naru made it to the river and washed the blood off her body. She swore she would avenge her brother. She rested there until nightfall, with her dog silently staying by her side. The dog suddenly noticed something, so she peeked out to look. It was the hunter who had attacked them earlier. Naru was about to shoot him, but then came up with a perfect revenge plan. She rushed over and knocked him out with a rock. When the man woke up, he realized he only had one leg left. Naru planned to use his bleeding body to lure the predator. She then swallowed a herb that lowered her body temperature to hide from thermal vision. The man found a hunting rifle somehow, but there were no bullets inside. The gun was left for him on purpose, because the predator only kills things that threaten it. Soon, the predator followed the blood trail there. While it was dealing with the man, it didn't notice Naru right behind it. She fired and blew off the predator's mask, grabbed it, and ran deep into the jungle. The predator roared in fury. Naru reached a swamp where she had already set multiple traps. She placed the helmet in a very obvious spot and left the severed leg in the middle of the swamp. The predator soon followed the blood trail there. Seeing the limb ahead, it sensed danger and hesitated to move forward. Naru waited in a tree for it to take the bait, but it didn't enter the trap, losing patience. She jumped straight down onto the predator and slashed at it wildly. In pain, the predator threw her aside, then raised its spear to finish her. At the last second, the dog leapt in and knocked it off course. The spear missed. The dog barked, signaling her to run, and Naru instantly understood. She sprinted into the jungle, with the predator right behind her. During the chase, it got cut by a trap she had set earlier. Naru picked up a spear and waited. The predator jumped down from a tree, going for a killing blow, but its hand got stuck in the tree trunk Naru attacked. It tried to block with its shield, but accidentally sliced off its own arm. As Naru moved in to finish it, the spear suddenly retracted, and the predator knocked her to the ground. Enraged, it launched a brutal assault. Naru could only dodge, though she managed to wound it. The attacks barely slowed it down. Naru spotted the swamp nearby and ran for it, but the predator grabbed her by the throat and slammed her into the ground as it prepared to decapitate her with the shield. She forced herself into a narrow rock gap. The stones blocked the fatal blow. The predator roared and pushed the shield down with full force. Naru pressed her body lower. At the critical moment, she ripped out one of its teeth and stabbed it into its chest. She slipped out of the rocks and saw her dog waiting for her signal. She called out. The dog instantly understood and brought her the axe. Naru swung the axe into the predator's leg, then leapt onto its body, wrapping a rope tightly around its neck. The predator hurled her away, but it was already too late. As Naru pulled the rope, the predator was dragged into the swamp. The powerful force pulled it completely under. Just when Naru thought it was dead, the predator slowly emerged from the swamp, but she stayed calm, quietly urging it to fire. When the predator pulled the trigger, she secretly activated the mask's infrared targeting, aimed it at him. and the first predator to ever reach Earth was pierced through the head by its own weapon. Naru finally avenged her brother. When she returned to the tribe, she was named the bravest Comanche warrior.